What you working on?
Hey, Christy.
Hey.
Hey, I'm just looking at some drawings.
What do you got here?
Gonna be starting on a project this morning.
Yeah?
You gonna jump in, help us out?
I'd love to. What is it?
Okay, so we're gonna do a two-piece combination, cubby, lockers, sitting on top of a bench seat.
Mudroom bench.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
exactly.
Okay.
Something you'll find in a mudroom, or I mean, some of the nicer ones you see in entryways of homes, in the foyers and so forth. So we got a nice little design. It's pretty easy. We're gonna run through these plans and see what we can get together this afternoon, you know?
Sounds good.
I think we can knock it out in a day, so.
Let's do it.
Let's get started, okay?
Okay.
All right, Christy, so by the looks of these drawings, we got to start with our framework. So the way I see the sequence going, we'll build our framework. We have some nice 5/4 poplar material, and then we have some side panels and a top panel. We have some of the same white oak material that we used on our studio walls. We're going to use that as a backer for this cabinet.
Okay, nice.
So it ought to be a nice sturdy piece of more or less furniture by the time we get done, you know. Done a little bit of prep work. We've got our tight bond ready to go for the joinery, and we've got some trim screws. Let's get this base glued together, and then we'll see how some of these other components come into play.
Okay,
All
sounds
right?
good.
That'll just give us a little inside visual so we know we're nice and square. Okay.
There you go.
And then we're gonna do this. Okay. What do we do that for?
That's how you know what side to put your board on. That's gonna be rock solid. I have the easy job here. Spoke too soon. All right.
Nice.
It's good.
Now that's pretty sturdy.
Yeah, that should be aligned.
Let's think back what got us to this point.
Okay.
We assembled our poplar base unit, our frame, our structure.
Yep.
Then we just went through a dry fitting process of all of our dado assembly, and the top is dadoed into those dividers and our end panels also. I think it's going to be rock solid when we get this thing nailed together, and it's going to work very nice in conjunction with our studio walls.
I would add that for anyone at home that doesn't know what a dado is, it's this channel here that's been created through the wood, and that just makes these uprights even more sturdy. Well, I think one trick to making sure your brads don't pop out is keeping it nice and perpendicular, keeping the gun nice and perpendicular to your piece.
So this is where I'm sure if you're doing this at home, you have a nice little paintbrush that you would go ahead and smear that down. But seeing how we don't, you're going to use your finger.
Just to get a little bit more coverage.
So we're starting the top section of our locker bench combo unit. We are building them independently. This could be built as one. We'll fasten the upper to the bottom just with some locator dowels. It'll sit up there.
Okay.
And same thing as the base unit. So let's get going on this. We'll get him squared up with the face frame, and then we'll move on to the backs.
Sounds good.
Now again, we're gonna be applying glue and we're gonna be face nailing. Before we do any of the crown work on top of this, let's go ahead and flip him over and run the back. Good, it'll tell you which way it goes.
It doesn't feel.
That isn't the way it goes.
It doesn't look right.
Okay, let's get the saw set up, and what we're doing, because with the nickel gap tongue and groove white oak, character grade white oak, this last piece, we want it to be a nice snug fit, but we don't have room to rotate it in. So we'll join the two and we can hopefully get two pieces in and then nail them both. You think you and I got enough strength left in us to hoist that bad boy up there?
We got this.
All right, if you say so, let's give it a shot. This thing's a monster.
Whew. Yep.
That thing's huge.
That's gonna hold a lot of stuff.
I'm glad we've got 12-foot ceilings in here.
But it looks amazing.
We've got nickel gap character grade white oak on the back, some birch plywood for some of our cabinet box components, poplar 1x2 stiles and rails, 1x6 kick, topped off with a crown base combination. All right, folks, we took a little break. We took a couple days off while our painter came in. He painted the poplar components and he put another coat of varnish on our live sawn white oak T&G nickel gap. And today we're gonna finalize this thing. We're gonna put a couple support brackets on the back. We built this in two pieces. It's quite the unit. So the ease of moving it around and handling it. A lot of the old furniture was made that way. And we've taken a couple pieces of 1¼ inch oak half round, and they're gonna be support cleats on the back of the unit. So I've laid it out, I've drilled a couple pilot holes, and we're gonna take these over and attach them to the back of the two units, making it one, giving it that little extra support. We don't want that top tumbling over on anybody, just a good opportunity to make it a little sturdier. Let me go over to the unit, and I have some layout work already done. I want to attach one of these, hit some pilot holes, run some screws in, and this thing will be locked up on the back side. Chrissy's not with me today, but we're going to try and struggle our way through it on our own. We'll go ahead and just touch these with a pilot hole. So I feel good about that being nice and stable now, as far as it is not going forward on us. Leave the kiddos jump up on there and hang off the coat hooks. You know they're going to, but it's not going to come forward, and you'll have that peace of mind. All right, so now I'm gonna put the drill away, grab a tape measure, and we're gonna put a series of 5 coat hooks on this. We've got all this great wall space, so we're gonna probably lay out a series of 3 on a top row, 3 coat hooks, book bag hooks, whatever, and then come down a couple boards and throw 2 alternating ones so we can take advantage of that space, keep a couple down low so the kids can get their book bags up on them. We chose a really kind of a simplistic, old-fashioned look, simple bracket. Ours, we went with the oil rub finish. We have some of the oil rub finish on some of the cabinetry hardware here and some of our furniture and so forth. So we went with that, and you can find these anywhere, online. All of the hardware stores have them, and they make them in every shape size, from traditional, craftsman, contemporary. Pick out something that you like and something that works with the interior design of your home. Okay guys, so we got this brute moved in to where she's gonna call home with our nickel gap back. Flows real nice with our nickel gap live sawn character grade white oak on the walls of our studio. Accessorized it with some coat backpack hooks, and then the bench unit down below, we'll accessorize that with a nice cushion. Then we're gonna start to fill it up. Got a little display area up on top of that solid top up there. I think we're happy with it. Thanks to Christy Miller, Oak Hill Millworks, helping us on the build. And then we had Ferris Painting come in, and he put the paint and the final coats of urethane on it. Another nice project. We'll have plans available, and they're a guideline. You might not like this height. It doesn't take much to alter those plans. Use your imagination, have fun with it. 2 cubbies, 3 cubbies, mix it up. Make it your creation. The beauty of woodworking, it's flexible. You can change on the fly. So until next time, our next project from Studio 3B, follow us on the socials, Instagram, Facebook, all of them across the board. And stay tuned, follow us on YouTube. Next project coming up soon, guys. Thank you.